Then there's, so the iBeacon standard, let me explain to you. The iBeacon standard basically works with a unique identifier, a major and a minor number, and that's basically how you would identify what beacon that is. Second standard is the Eddystone standard. So this is the standard that I'll be focusing on this evening, and that's Google's, the standard that Google provides for us to interact with beacons. And the Eddystone standard is pretty cool because it has multiple ways of us interacting with it. So it has an Eddystone ID, which is a namespace and a type interaction. And then we have Eddystone URLs, which is basically used for the physical web. And then we have other API or other interactions, which is like TLM, which is there to get like sensor data, like a battery life and all of that. And then we have an EID, which is an API or also another standard of where it's basically a UID but with security. And then the last one is AltBeacon. So AltBeacon is an open source standard that basically is provided to us. And this one is the same as the others, but it's just a standard that is done by the community and it has no specific manufacturer. So that's something that's really cool. So I mean, if you guys want to contribute to that, that's really cool. Yeah. So Google Beacon platform. So on the Google Beacon platform, there's three different things that you can do. So you can either interact with it via an app. So if you have an app and you're like, okay, cool, I would like to write an app and I want to interact with beacons, Google provides an awesome nearby messaging API. This is for iOS and for Android, so that's really cool. That makes it for both. And you can basically go and look at that. I'll show some more detail later. Then we have the nearby API. So nearby API is pretty cool. It's beacon technology that's driven to your device without your device having an app installed. So you can basically push messages to people on their Android device without them actually having your app installed. So this is really cool. And then we have the physical web, which is also awesome. It's basically objects, Bluetooth low energy objects that broadcast Eddystone URLs to you, and then you can interact with them from there. So more on the nearby messaging API. So this API is a publish and subscribe API. So in your app, you're obviously going to be writing some code, and you'd go and you would publish some type of message out to the world. So you could have your phone be publishing information, something like a beacon itself, without actually having one of these devices. And you can publish messages, and then other people out there can actually subscribe to your messages, and then they'll be able to be like, cool. So this is how so this is how you basically on Android. So I wrote some Android code. I first wrote this thing in iOS, and I'm like, I don't know if people really like looking at iOS code at a Google event. So I was like, oh cool, let me write some Android. So if it looks weird, then sorry. So yeah, you basically take a message, create a message, make it into some bytes, and then you publish it with the Google API client. And then this will basically broadcast a message out to the world. Then for us to subscribe to that message, we would, so forget the first part. So the second part, it's exactly the same. You go nearby messages, subscribe, give it a client and a pending intent, and this would then go look out and just want to subscribe to any kind of message that's out there. So that's really cool. And then you just have like a state of result if it's successful or if it's not. And then another thing that's really, really cool is that you can give this subscription option. So you can tell it, okay, cool, I only want Bluetooth low energy devices, and I want to filter this search for the beacons that I'm subscribing to by namespace and type. So namespace and type is the namespace that you subscribe to on your Google Cloud platform, and then you give it a type, so you can give it as many types as you want to under that specific project. And from there, you'd be able to have one beacon that actually can interact, that can send multiple messages to you. So that's really cool under one project. So just something quick, the awareness API is also something that we can use for beacons. So this API is there's two sub APIs to the awareness API, which is the fences and the snapshot. Snapshot is basically you interacting with the beacon at once. So you're just trying to get information from the beacon. You're not trying to know if you've moved out of range from a beacon or if you're in range of a beacon. That's what the fences API does. The fences API tells you, okay, cool, I've just moved into a space where there's a beacon. So tell me, like, give me some information about that beacon, and then maybe use the snapshot API to actually get the information from the beacon. Okay, cool. So then there's the nearby message, the nearby notification API. So this thing is really cool because this is location specific also. So you would have to obviously have your location and your Bluetooth on. But how it actually works is that it basically broadcasts a URL or an app intent to the actual user. So you'd be sitting there and be like, cool, like maybe now there'll be like, maybe there's a GDG app and we want you guys to install it, but you guys don't know about it. So we send a message to the beacon through the nearby notifications, and this will then come up on your phone. But it's not, so it doesn't work like spam where it will alert you, but it will just come up in your notification tray without you even knowing. And then once you actually click on it, it will then show you either a website, it will take you to a URL, or it will then take you to an app intent if you have an app installed. So you can basically drive your app installs. So how it works is that you go to the Google Beacon platform dashboard, and you will have to provision your actual beacon. So you have to go onto the site, and there's an app also where you can provision your actual beacons for the cloud, for the cloud dashboard. And what you can do, sorry, you can't really see it that nice on here, but there's the nearby notifications over here, and all you do is you just go and you add a title, and you'll obviously say English or whatever language you speak in. You can say, is it ready for production or not, so that it can start pushing. And over here you can give it a web URL, or you can give it an Android app intent, and then there's also app intents with URL fallback. So then if the person doesn't have your app installed, then you can basically be like, oh cool, go to this URL or go to the Play Store and go and get my app. So that's really cool, and this is something that I really like doing, and people will get annoyed when they walk into my house because they will get notifications. So like I said again, you can drive app installs, you can use it for personal, business, social media to broadcast. So if you walk in here, Josie up and tell us, okay cool, this is our hashtag, please tweet on here. You can do check-ins at restaurants and everything. So it's really something that's really, really awesome, and I really enjoy using this. It's pretty fun. So then we get to something that's even more awesome than that, which is the physical web. So the physical web is something that is, let's say, I don't know, we can have anything. We can have a chair. So we can have a chair and we can put a beacon on the chair. And we can basically make the chair smart, we could say, as in terms of like having a beacon on. And then that chair can basically transmit, each chair can transmit something different. And the physical web is more on transmitting URLs. So for an example, the physical web, so I'm going to go with this example over here. So you have a beacon, what is this thing called? A parking meter. So this is the parking meter, and well, what this parking meter actually does is that it will broadcast a URL. So it will broadcast an Eddystone URL, which is the physical web, and it will put on your phone. You'll then go onto your phone and be like, oh, swipe down, oh, I see that there's a parking meter over here. Click on the URL will then go to the web. It will take you to some place that maybe the parking meter is, the parking meter's website, let's say. Then from there, you could then use from the cloud to the actual parking meter. You can use like something like WebSockets, and you could actually interact with the actual parking meter. So this cool video over here, we'll be putting the slides up somewhere. So you'll be able to see how this actually works, where you can actually see, you can be changing your parking meter time over here. Oh, I want to be here for 20 minutes. And you'll actually see a change on the actual parking meter. So that's really something that's super awesome, because you can make anything. You can make a wine bottle, I mean, wine. That's amazing. So I'm gonna speak about some of the endless possibilities. Like I told you guys, I was like, okay, cool, I promised you endless possibilities. So some of the possibilities that you can use with beacons is you can use them in restaurants, stores, malls, airports. So I'm just going to go to this slide where what I did before this talk was I Googled all the industries you could possibly use beacons in. And then, so that was where I said retail, hospitality, all of that. And then I basically made all of these up. I just thought, I'm like, oh, what can you do in the retail with a beacon? Give you discount on a coupon. Give somebody like the breakfast menu every day in hospitality. Because you can basically change those beacon information every single day using the Google beacon dashboard. So you can go and delete the messages and then add new ones, which is really awesome. And even with the nearby API, if the person has the app installed, you can use something like Firebase remote config, and you can then send new messages in. So you can do anything you want to with these beacons, like education. I mean, that's a big thing in our country right now. So I mean, we could know if kids are late for class, because they're always late for class. So you could be like, it was you. You try to sneak in and I got you. So that's really awesome. And then yeah, you can use, so my thing is home automation. Like I really love home automation, so I'm trying to automate my whole house, so I don't have to do anything. So yeah, and then yeah, so these are all the industries that you can use beacons. There is more. I just couldn't put them all on the slide, and I didn't want to think of even more ideas of what to do. But I mean, this is your guys' imagination, so you guys can take this to as far as you want to, and just go for it. So I'm gonna do a demo now, and hopefully the demo gods are with me. And if this works, then awesome. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I was pretty hardcore. I was like, I'm not gonna make a video of how this works. It must work today. So yeah, I'm gonna do it quickly, and then yeah. Cool. So what I'm gonna do is I have a beacon over here, and can you guys hear me? Yeah. And I have a phone somewhere. So I'm gonna stick my phone in. You guys can also actually participate. When I get visual. So I'm gonna go here. So this is the Google Beacon dashboard. Cool. So I've provisioned this beacon that I have in front of me, this one over here. And I'm going to click on it. And it has a whole bunch of fields here that you can fill in the place of where the beacon is. Is it mobile? Like, do you take it places, or is it just a static one? And then this, in the details of what I want to show you guys is I want to show you the nearby notifications. So I'm going to go and I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to make a new one. So I'm going to be like, I don't know, give me a title. GDG Johannesburg. And then English. Name for production. And then I have to put a web link in there. So here you can see you can have app intense and free. Actually, why don't you guys give me a title instead of, so then this is not fake. So you know that this works. So somebody doing something random.
This is not fake.
This is not fake. Okay. I could have put that in also. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to put a URL in here.
Fake.com.
It has to be HTTPS for this to work. So
Twitter page or GDG.
Okay, cool. Let me get it quickly. Word. Don't see it. Okay, cool. And it's our birthday, GDG's birthday today. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna do that. I'm like, cool, and then I'm gonna save it. Cool. And so now what I'm gonna do with this phone does one. I'm going to show you guys. So if you guys put your location and your Bluetooth on, maybe you guys will also get it. So you guys can try and see if you guys get the notification. I will try and see if I can. Did you guys get it?
It's universal windows.
Yeah. I just want to, sorry, I'm just opening my. Sorry, cool. Okay. Cool. I'll show you that now. So then things over. Cool, so that's my device over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off my phone, and then I'm going to switch it back on. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds.
What's the SSID?
Sorry?
What's the SSID?
Maybe it's in here. Hey, there it is. Is that, no, that's my Twitter. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the other one. That's the one I just deleted. Why? So it's gonna, okay, it's gonna go to my gear. Sorry. It's rigged. It's rigged.